Minister of Community Safety and Correctional Services.
Thank you very much, Speaker. It's my great honor to speak about First Responders Day. Speaker, before I do that, I want to welcome some very good friends who are in the members gallery. Carmen Santero and Ernie Thorpe of the Ontario Professional Firefighters Association, John Blair, Damien Walsh, Ken Webb, and Steve Buckingham from the Toronto Professional Firefighters Association, Claude Holloway, Shirley Kennedy, and Cyril Schonville from the Registered Practical Nurses Association of Ontario, Teresa Agnew from the Nurse Practitioners Association of Ontario, and Bruce Chapman and Stephen Reed from the Police Association of Ontario. I want to welcome them all today in the House for this moment on First Responders Day. Speaker, every day Ontario's first responders put their lives on the line to protect us, our friends, neighbors, communities, and loved ones. They provide emergency and often life-saving services when we need them most and look after us in our time of need. We're able to take comfort and rest easy in knowing that Ontario's first responders are ready at a moment's notice to protect our homes, businesses, and our communities. To recognize the ongoing commitment to community safety, the Ontario Legislature, Speaker, proclaimed May 1st of each year as First Responders Day. It is my great privilege to rise in this House, Speaker, to recognize and express our eternal gratitude on behalf of our Premier, our government, and the people of Ontario to our first responders. This includes police officers, firefighters, military personnel, paramedics, medical evacuation pilots, dispatchers, nurses, doctors, and emergency managers. It also includes, Speaker, the many volunteers and professionals who dedicate their careers to the service of others. Those we honor here today put themselves in danger so the rest of us can live safely. We hold them up as heroes because that is what they are. We know that being a first responder is more than a job. It is even more than a career. It is truly a calling. It takes a special person, Speaker, to run into a dangerous situation when everyone is running the other way, to put themselves in harm's way to save a total stranger, to be the one others turn to in their desperate moments. Emergency service providers are important members of our communities. They are also our neighbors, relatives, and of course friends. Whether they are on the other end of the line when someone calls 911, or save a heart attack victim, or put their life on the line in defense of our country, these men and women bring professionalism, calm, and a helping hand in the greatest hour of need. Answering the call to keep the rest of us safe is not just something they do, it is a reflection of, Speaker, who they are. But we also know that what they're exposed to, frankly, are circumstances and situations none of us should ever see or experience, and that they can take a physical, mental, and emotional toll. We have seen the devastating and far-reaching impacts of PTSD, and I'm extremely proud, Speaker, that our government recently passed the Supporting Ontario's First Responders Act to ensure that they get the comprehensive supports they need to prevent, diagnose, and support their recovery. Speaker, this is absolutely the right thing to do because first responders are always there when we need them, and it is only right that we do the same for them. As the Minister of Community Safety and Correctional Services, I think it is also extremely important to recognize each and every police officer, firefighter, and correctional services staff who play a key role in keeping our community safe. I'm pleased that correctional officers and other frontline staff in our institutions are included in this bill. Speaker, our government also recognizes that probation and parole officers, nurses, and other professionals who work each and every day to help those in need and keep our communities safe. These groups face unique stresses in their service to Ontarians. I want to be clear that our government will continue this conversation with them. We will build on and enhance programs to ensure that they have the supports that they need and deserve. Speaker, we know that Ontario families and communities are safer thanks to the dedication of our first responders, who are there to help us when we need them most. I also want to recognize the sacrifice of their families, their partners, their mothers and fathers, and their children. Thank you for sharing your loved ones with us. Speaker, we must take the opportunity to pay our respect to those who have lost their lives. Working with firefighters, police, and correctional officers, we have created an annual tribute to honor those who have given their lives in the line of duty. Yesterday, Speaker, I was honored and humbled to join our Premier at the Ontario Police Memorial Foundation's annual ceremony of remembrance at Queen's Park, right here in Toronto. In addition, Speaker, I also had the opportunity and the honor of attending the Ontario Association of Fire Chiefs Memorial Service for fallen chief officers. The names of these fallen officers are inscribed on the wall of honor in the case of police officers right here at Queen's Park, and in memory book in case of fallen chiefs officers. Let's all take a moment, Speaker, to reflect on their courage and dedication and sacrifice. Speaker, heroes are defined by the way they live their lives in service to their communities and protecting those in harm's way. To the families of those who have given their lives to protect others, we owe you an eternal debt. And we keep the memory of your loved ones in our hearts and minds so that they may be never forgotten. Ontarians are privileged to be protected by our first responders. We are grateful for their dedication, for their public service, and their commitment to duty and service. Through our friends here in the gallery today, I want to extend our enhanced gratitude to all the members of first responders through them. So please let them know that we thank them, we respect them, and we owe them a huge gratitude for the service they perform in our communities across the province. Thank you.
Thank you. Statements by ministries.